Hey guys, Melissa Sacco here, and I am going live today on kind of like a controversial slash serious topic. So if you have kiddos around, if you could please excuse them. This is not really a family video. This is more of a video to help people out there that are struggling with or trying to overcome or going through some type of abuse. So a lot of times you'll see me hop on for like crazy fun videos, but this one's actually kind of serious. So I would just ask that you kind of just watch for little ears, because that's always something that I'm concerned about. So hey girls, thanks for joining. So I really appreciate you popping on. I know I gave some people a heads up that I'd be on. I'm hoping that my mom is able to join. Also, she knows that I'm going to be filming tonight. So this is actually something that stemmed from a conversation that happened between my mom and I yesterday. So if you don't know kind of my background, I was abused as a kid. So my message, though, is not so much about what happened or, what was me kind of sad. It's more of like, what can you do about it? And there's actually something that I have been working on this week with a leadership kind of group that I signed up for that deals a lot with personal development. And when I was talking to my mom yesterday, it kind of got a little bit intense of a conversation, right? Because it's really like a topic that when you're talking about being abused as a kid and what that does to you and how it affects your life, that can get really kind of heated. And what I was trying to explain was what's different about me. And I'm not the person that wants to rehash everything and, talk about specific details, because quite honestly, that does nothing but hurt. So what I'm all about is controlling what you can control. And that's something that I have learned probably over the last year really is, I think my biggest transformation and what I want to share that's possible is that, hey mama, good, you're on, okay. What I think my biggest transformation is and what I'm most proud of and why I can sit here and do a live video on this is that I've learned boundaries. I've learned to be able to find my voice and respectfully tell somebody, stop, I don't like that. That hurts. I don't want you to do that. This is a situation I'm not comfortable with, and this is what I would be comfortable with instead. And coming from somebody who lost her voice, like at the age of, I don't even know, we'll say 5, and never being able to find that again until recently is really, really hard. But I really want to put this message out there and be more of a teacher than a preacher. And I think that's really a big difference in also what my message is as a grown female adult mother trying to raise really strong kids and really enjoy her life and not be stuck in the past. And so in order to teach, I realized I've had a lot of conversations ever since kind of sharing my abuse and putting it out there on social media. First and foremost, it's cathartic for me. When you're doing a live video, to be quite honest, it's like looking in the mirror. And that's really a hard thing to do at first. But if social media is used the right way, yeah, it's fun and I do crazy workouts and all that stuff, but there's a message behind it. And if you use social media the right way, then you're able to help people. And I think one of the only reasons that I've really been able to move past my issues and kind of heal is because the fact that I put it on Facebook makes me think of who's on the other end and who I might be helping. And that's really the only reason I started diving into trying to heal, because, you can go to therapy, and I thought, that does nothing. Like, that offers no value in this world for me to go do that. So I was never interested in that type of healing process. But I just wanted to kind of explain what my message is, and now I actually wrote a 5-step process for getting over abuse, which I whipped up in like literally 3 minutes, not even. And that's how I know, like, I'm good. I'm solid. I'm strong. I'm confident. I have no problem sharing my truth. And this is what I hope to help people do. So for you, if you are struggling, I know there's people that have actually been following this on purpose. So this is like my 5-step thing, and I wrote it down. I put a lot of thought into this process. So The first thing I will say is you just need to give yourself time. So despite whatever like abuse you've been through, doesn't matter if it was childhood or adult or whatever, like this is 30 years later. And this actual healing process has been going on for me since last October. So you can't rush it. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. Just like if you lose somebody, like somebody passes away or you're in a breakup or whatever, like you got to start with time and you got to be patient with yourself. The second thing that I did to make myself feel better was actually taking control of my health and fitness, which is kind of what got me into Beachbody and becoming a coach. I think without having a voice for so long and with just feeling like everything was just, it is what it is, and this is how my life is going to be, then you have kids and everything kind of spins out of control and you don't get me time and everything's like, you feel guilty about everything and you feel like a failure and you eat whatever you want and you never take time for yourself. So when I started actually feeling better and not punishing myself with exercise, I was the person that was running for sadness and I would like, run and cry and run and cry. It was like this horrible, horrible cycle because I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel good in my clothes, and it all kind of started when I removed the whole, okay, my body feels good now. Like I couldn't focus on fixing my mind and my inside until my body felt strong. And maybe some people are the reverse. Maybe you have to fix your mind before you fix your body. But for me, I had to take control of my food and my fitness. And I think even more so that it wasn't my body, it was the control factor. It was getting that control back because again, when you get that taken away from you, it's hard to get it back. So I think once I controlled what I put into my body and I started feeling good and I stopped punishing my body physically, and using that as like a negative source of therapy, then I started being able to focus on mindset, which would not be possible if I didn't have support. So my first step is time. My second step is getting control of your physical health and fitness, whether it's through a Beachbody program or you just go to the gym or whatever, but physical fitness will give you those endorphins and it actually changes you. So on the inside. But once you get a hold of that, or at the same time, grab some support. Like Corinne is posting right now. Every time I run, I think of Corinne, and she was somebody that was there for me at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I was really struggling working with this project because the project actually deals with my story, my message, my why. I'm putting together a video format of exactly what I'm sharing with you, and it's really, really hard. And so I needed somebody to talk to, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, I had somebody to shoot a message to who's not really inside my, close circle of friends, but is a good friend, and I can trust to say something to and have that support and hear back that you got this. Like, you can just keep going. We're going to run this together, and this is going to be our life. Like, we can keep pushing ourselves. Natalie's another person in my life that came in recently, and she was there for me this morning. And it's not that I can't go to my very, very close circle of friends. It's just that's not my comfort zone. I would never film this in front of my husband. He's too close. Like, he hasn't heard half of this unless he's seen it live. That's my boundary. That's my stop. I'm not comfortable with that. That hurts me. So that's what works for me. So find people, I guess, that will support you that you're comfortable with, and you have to find what works for you. So if it's not a family member and it's not a therapist, like join as silly as it sounds, like join a social media group or a club or something. They have, local support systems for all this stuff. So if you got to go to a meeting or whatever it's called, I guess challenge groups are my meeting. I don't know how that works, but that works for me. But also, without working on your mindset, that's step number 4. So it's time, physical fitness, and controlling your nutrition and changing your body so you feel strong. Finding support with people, and a lot of people, honestly, the more the better. And then the 4th one is personal development. So I'll tell you that the first personal development book I ever read or listened to, because I don't read, was The Compound Effect. And that was something that was life-changing for me because it taught me to slow down and just worry about one small thing at a time. Instead of trying to change my entire life in one day, you have to break it down. And it's a really long process. Like, working on yourself is a really long process. But if you're consistent with your personal development, and when you finish a book, you pick up a new one, or you finish a podcast, you pick up a new one, and you make it part of your routine, just like you do working out, like, that's what's going to make you a stronger person. That's what's going to be able to make you continue, pushing through whatever you're struggling with. So personal development, I mean, if you want a list of personal development books that I've been working on, I'm happy to share. You can always comment below, but you got to find what speaks to you. I found ones that are highly recommended that I hate, like You Are a Badass. Hated it. I don't know why. I just didn't like it, so I quit that one. And then I think the last and most important thing that you can probably do in order to get over some type of abuse is you have to have a strong reason why you want to do it. And a really strong reason. And there are a couple reasons that I chose to go down this path. And first and foremost, it's my kids. Not so much, again, I'm not here to preach to families or, draw the red flag like, hey, watch out, somebody's touching your kid. That's not my message. I want to teach my kids that you can get over it, that you don't have to be a victim, that you don't have to let it keep you down the rest of your life. And eventually I'm going to have to tell my kids what happened to me, and I want to be able to do that. And I'm working on the mindset so that when the time comes, I can talk to my kids about that, so that they know what the boundaries are in their lives, and they know that they're able to overcome whatever they're dealing with because mom did it. So if I don't set that example, then I'm not successful as a parent, but it takes a lot of work, right? So that's one of my reasons why. Another one of my reasons why that I share this with you guys is because this is for, I don't want to say for my business, but I want to be in the business of helping people. And when I started coaching, I just was like, oh, I want to work out. I want to get a discount. I like to poop. Like, it was just kind of like fun. I didn't get it. And it took almost 2 years to get it. Like, I'm not here to preach. I'm here to teach. And if that means that one night I'm going to just rip the Band-Aid off and go live and tell people this is my 5-step process that I healed from childhood abuse, because somebody out there might need that, that is why I'm here. And I think I hear this all the time in our team pages. It's turning your mess into your message. And I swear that makes you such a strong person. And it makes you willing to help others, but not only willing, you feel fulfilled. So I guess by putting this out there and giving myself this outlet and letting myself heal, I also feel the reward of maybe somebody else will realize hey, if I do those 5 things, maybe I would feel better. So that's really, raising my kids, being a strong person, establishing boundaries and being okay with that, and not feeling guilty when I tell somebody, knock it off. I don't like that. That's not the relationship I want to have. And, being brave enough to always be honest. There's a lot of people in life that they lie. They lie about their feelings. They lie to themselves. They lie to their family. They lie. And I was a liar. I was a secret keeper. That's all I knew. I didn't know how to communicate. So for me, it's sometimes I'm almost too truthful. And if it's going to hurt your feelings, don't ask, because I just won't lie to you, because I spent my whole life lying. So I hope that helps. I don't know it's just 5 simple steps. So I guess if you're watching, give me a fist bump, emoji. I like those. Those are fun. But if you are struggling, doesn't matter, again, guys, what your situation is. I got to tell you, I'm the no excuses kind of girl. I call bullshit. You can get over whatever you want to get over. You just have to want to get over it. And I think that's number 5, having a strong enough why to want to move forward. And if you don't, then you're going to be stuck. So that's that. So I'm going to go finally maybe get to watch the show This Is Us. I hear it's amazing. I'm glad that I'm able to do this for you guys. Mom, I hope you caught this. I hope you understand now better why I do this kind of thing. It's really just to kind of help people. So, and me. Love you too, Nicole. All right. I'll see you later.